Welcome, online viewers. We're doing today a news conference on digital adoption, a subject of interest to all of us, whether we're individuals, large corporations, small corporations. And we're involved in, I think, a very exciting and significant project to help advance that whole digital adoption equation in Canada. And we brought the partners together and are also asking our viewers and Canadians to join with us in this mission. So I have with me in his Toronto office, Gary. I wonder whether you could talk a little bit about the CIOCAN and some of the strengths that you're bringing to the mission of digital adoption in Canada.
Sure, great. Thanks, John. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gary Davenport. Chief Information Officers are on the front line for their respective businesses and always looking for ways to improve performance by productively leveraging the use of digital technologies for their organizations. CIOCAN represents Canadian CIOs and is focused on networking to share best practices and promote executive leadership development in a vendor-neutral and safe environment. In addition, with over 300 members across Canada, CIOCAN has a vital role to play as the voice of Canadian CIOs on issues that are critical for their organizations and for the Canadian economy at large. Our membership is diverse and represents both large and small organizations in virtually every industry, including both private and public sectors. I can also tell you that CIOs are focused on being aware of digitally enabled opportunities, on understanding how to integrate those opportunities into their strategies and plans, and most importantly, on the effective implementation to get the desired benefits. As a result, CIOCAN is well positioned to support the digital adoption roadmap with practical and progressive experience in thought leadership, change management, and business process strategies for the benefit of Canada.
You'll see that our screen has shifted to Namir Anani, who is the president of ICTC. And Namir, can I have you talk a little bit about, the known force for your organization?
Sure. Thank you, John. It's certainly my pleasure to be here today and to partner with CATAAlliance and Gary Davenport from the CIO Association of Canada to advance collectively the digital agenda in Canada. And I think it's very important to do that, specifically, as we all know that digital technology is the essence of any high-performing economy, specifically in a global and competitive environment that we're in at the moment. And this partnership goes to the heart of the mission of the ICTC, and that is to strengthen Canada's digital advantage going forward. And at a high level, we are a center of expertise. We do technology research. We try to understand where technology is going for the next number of years, and then what are the labor market needs associated with that. So what are the competencies that we have to provide to the industry to upskill itself, and what are the talent pool that we have to start early in the stage in the educational system. We have programs in schools, colleges, universities to do that. And we have a whole suite of tools, learning tools to provide to the industry to help them advance that the digital economy. But I think it's fair to say that part of the research that we've done, that this campaign stemmed from it, the one that we did, we noticed the results were is that while 56% of Canada's business adopt mobile technology, the large majority, and specifically the small medium enterprises, haven't evolved their technology use beyond SMS and email. And hence, if we were to leverage advanced capabilities such as e-commerce in retail and banking, inventory control, will all help enhance the innovation and productivity factor in Canada. I'll stop with one important factor as part of our analysis. We've estimated that a 1% in labor productivity improvement as a result of adopting advanced mobile capabilities will yield $2.5 billion to the Canadian economy. Now, that's a figure to rally behind.
Namir, I'm going to keep you on screen. I think it's important to note that the roadmap is provided online. You can download the press release. You can download the research paper in French and English. And at the end of that paper, I know that there are really 13 actions or 13 catalysts. So Namir, can you give us an insight into those sort of 13 action items? Because we're asking for the community to think about what's the 14th and 15th item. How can they get engaged?
Absolutely. So the roadmap was developed with intent to, it's addressed to all the stakeholders that are involved in the digital adoption ecosystem, meaning that's not only targeted towards the industry, but also for the education system and policymakers. Why? Because we want to have the right toolbox to help us advance this agenda going forward. And if we step back to look at this economy, just to contextualize it, we're talking about an economy that employs approximately 1.1 million Canadians at the moment. We expect it to be much larger in the next number of years as technology plays a bigger part in every sector of our economy, from bank, health, manufacturing to others. Also, the employment figures outstrips any other in this economy. We're looking at an employment uptake of approximately 215% compared to other sectors of the economy. So it shows you that we're talking about a fast-growing sector with tremendous opportunities for job creation, but also potential to expand the competitivity of Canada and innovation factor going forward. So in consultation with a lot of the industry members that we have collectively, but also from the research that we've done and some of the video interviews with very top leaders of the industry in Canada that CATAAlliance has done, we came up with a set of approximately 13 recommendations going forward. But in essence, if I were to boil them down, the thematics is that it's on the mind of everybody, is that specifically that Canada's industry's composition is one of small, medium enterprises. In fact, 75% of Canada's industry is less than 10 employees. They come back to us and say, well, how do I adopt technology? I don't have the talent. So hence the talent issue is an important dimension. And how do we upskill them? And hence we're looking at what are the right tools that we provide, and that's part of the collaboration that we want to initiate. The other part of it is really addressed to the policymakers in terms of what are the right policies in Canada to help advance this, because these are the catalysts that make it move forward. So we're looking at what are the right incentive mechanisms. For instance, how do you reward not only IP, intellectual property developed by technology, but also how do you reward it, more importantly, the commercialization of it? And we cited examples such as the IP box in the UK that attracted several businesses in that environment. And what are the investments needs as well that the industry requires? And we commend the Government of Canada for coming out for the digital strategy, and specifically on the focus on the small medium enterprises and the support financially, but also from a talent need. But also the last one I would end with is the notion of, it's in this 21st century economy, it's not only the roles of the CIO and the ICT practitioners in the industry, it's important for the business leaders to be engaged in the technology and digital conversation to help advance that agenda going forward. So I'll leave it at that.
Thanks, Namir. That was an excellent summary. One of the questions being asked, Gary Davenport, is the digital compass. What is the digital compass, and how is that going to be a rallying point for some of our partners? Can you give us a little bit of perspective on that?
Sure, John. To be able to properly convey a practical roadmap for digital adoption, along with the required return on investment in business-friendly terms, our consortium has decided to create an effective communication form. As a result, we're collectively building a digital adoption compass, a hub, to be a one-stop shop for enterprises of all sizes to learn about the benefits of technology adoption from a vendor-neutral source. To succeed in this, we need to do a few things, including ensuring active engagement with commitment of time and other resources from large enterprises and governments. We're going to leverage the power of social, video, and other online tools to create a repository of helpful materials in pursuing digital adoption. And we're going to actively seek participation of multiple stakeholders to build and operate the digital adoption. CIOCAN, we're very excited about the power of the digital compass, and we're already working on it, and we have a planned availability coming for this fall. and it's going to be great.
Well, Gary, you almost did my closing remarks there, because we're asking people to help us build that digital compass, whether you're in the private sector or the public sector. And I should add, in addition to the strengths of CIOCAN and ICTC, CAT is known as the go-to place for advocacy. And of course, our social media engine is probably one of the more powerful in Canada. So we're already an adopter. You put all those resources together, and I think certainly the partners believe we can make a difference. But to make a real difference, we need more people to raise their hands and to engage. So please, you'll see in the media release, there are all the contact information. Reach out to us. Let's have the conversation. Join our social media group that we've set up. I think it already has 40 or 50 executives that have put up their hands and volunteered. And this morning, we wanted to online launch the project and call on everyone to help us with the mission. So I want to thank our viewers, and please send us questions. And of course, I want to thank my my partners. We've worked now for well over 6 months to get where we are now. So signing off, and we look forward to hearing from you on digital adoption very soon.